To bring awareness to dating violence, which impacts 1 in 3 young people today, actress and singer Debbie Ryan is partnering with global cosmetics giant Mary Kay to bring awareness to the national epidemic. The Disney star joins us in studio. Welcome, Debbie.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about the Mary Kay program.
Yeah, Mary Kay is partnering with Love is Respect, and it's this entire initiative. You know, they've always been kind of at the forefront of prevention and treatment and really funding these amazing things, pouring like $50 million into really making sure that these women are taken care of, as well as on the preventative side. What I think is really important is that a lot of people my age don't realize that either this is where habits are formed, this is where behaviors begin, this is where things start to kind of progress in a way that can sort of, if you're not careful, spiral out of control. So I think that this is about awareness. It's about talking about it. It's about having an open conversation.
Why are you so passionate about this cause?
I got to a point in a relationship I was in where I realized that every relationship, love is hard.
Yes.
Love is freaking hard. And fighting for a relationship is so much work and can be so beautiful. And if you're going to fight so hard for something that does not make you stronger and better and build you up, something's wrong. And I think that we or I or whatever are taught that, you know, here are signs that your relationship, something is wrong.
Okay.
I got to a point of being grabbed, being locked in rooms, being screamed at, things thrown at me, cussed at, begged for forgiveness, cried to, all while trying to keep it together and justifying this relationship. And that was the point at which I realized maybe there's a red flag. What was weird was that I didn't realize all of the unhealthy things, the digital abuse, him demanding my phone passwords, him checking, the mental abuse, the manipulation, the emotional abuse.
All signs that people out there should pay attention to.
Absolutely.
That abuse doesn't always mean just someone putting their hands on you. It's definitely a bigger definition.
And for me, I'm very fortunate because I had people, when I got to that point, which I don't want any of my friends to ever get to that point. I don't want anyone who ever hears about this to have to get to that point. I want people to know, don't look away is the whole slogan for this. And it's like, don't look away. If you see this happening to your friend. But for me, I want people to know that if something doesn't add up sooner, you can look, you can go on marykay.com, you can text in this number with Love is Respect, which is like my favorite thing with what they're doing, which is you text Love Is to 22522, and you have an anonymous, safe peer advocate, someone our age that you can talk to, whether it's this is dire, this is violent, or is this normal, is this real, what is healthy in a relationship? We're all figuring it out. Every relationship's different. It's so hard to find a standard. So this texting service offers support from people our age. I know how hard it was. Like, I had people caring about me.
And for you, was it something where you got the strength and you said, this isn't right, and you had an aha moment, or it was friends and family seeing the behavior and involving themselves? Because so many young women are in this position where they're afraid to look for help. They're afraid to go to their friends because they know it's not right, but they're not respecting their own choice, so it's hard to go get the help they need.
And that was so hard, is that part of this is being in some way convinced or trained to justify it and to deny it. And that was a huge thing. I had people fighting for me, being like, I feel like this isn't right. Are you okay? Is this what you want? People that didn't even see what it was. But just were like, okay, you're on hour 9 hanging out and you want to have a 1 hour like girls night, and he's inviting himself along and won't let you leave. Are you sure that you don't just want to say no to him? People asking me questions was, I think, a little bit of what woke me up. But there was definitely a moment. He threw his phone at me, and it shattered. I, like, ducked, and it shattered. And then
it's way too common nowadays. It's way too common.
It's so insane. And it was such a heavy situation just beginning and end. And it was like, I didn't realize until it got to that point that it didn't add up and something was wrong. And also, it was crazy. I was so strong in my career at that point. I was shadowing directors and beginning to direct. I had a producing contract. I was heading up my own series.
No
I was
one would
beginning-
think that
no.
that the Debbie Ryan would allow herself to be in a more vulnerable, submissive position when you were dominating in your career and a superstar.
And I don't think that I thought that either.
Yeah.
I felt like because I had things in control over you can look up warning signs, you can figure this out, but ultimately, you know, what I love about Mary Kay is that if it weren't for the people in my life that helped get and keep this person out of my life, if it weren't for the boy that I was getting to know and falling in love with at the time, this different boy that to show me what real love was,
Right.
I don't think I would have known what it's like.
Like you said, there's always an alternative, and it's so incredibly awesome that you're able to give a voice to dating abuse because it's very real. And thank you so much for joining us today and for getting the word out. And for more on Debbie Ryan and Mary Kay's Don't Look Away program, go to www.marykay.com/Don't Look Away. And for everything entertainment, go to fox411.com. I'm Diana Falzone.